Hey friends, Robert Imbriale here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wanted to give you an update. This is the next update in the series. I've been doing updates pretty much every week now since coronavirus shutdowns and the pandemic got out of control there back in March. And I wanted to spend some time with you today talking about this next phase, which is kind of interesting. I wanted to share with you my experience of what I have been seeing here in California. I think last week, Governor Newsom here in California decided that he was going to extend the shelter at home, stay in place, don't leave your house until somewhere the end of July. And honestly, I think a lot of business owners said, yeah, no, that ain't working for us. And interestingly enough, on Monday morning, I came here to my studio and pretty much every business in the business park that I'm in was open. Everyone's back at it and they're trying to put the pieces back together, which is, the sort of the topic of today's conversation. It's like, what do we need to do to put those pieces back together to get the ball rolling and get going again? Because the challenge is for a lot of us is some of us have been idle. Some of us have not been idle. I've not been idle at all. I kid you not, I did not miss a single day of work because I can work from home. I can work from a different location. I was coming in here occasionally because, I technically qualify as media because I've got a studio and I have a podcast and I broadcast and yada, yada, right? So you fall into that category. But a lot of people have been idle for a long time. And what happens when you go on vacation for a week, you get back from vacation, you're a little bit lost for a day or two, right? As you try to get things back in order. Well, now it's not just you being on vacation and it's not just a week, right? It's 90 days now of this, close to 90 days anyway. And not only have you been on vacation, but also your customers have been away too. And they haven't been buying and purchasing in the way that they may have been in the past. So I got to tell you, their behaviors are different now. They've changed. And, your approach to marketing has to change as well. Can't be the same old, same old. There are some things that will still work, some things that won't work quite as well, and some things that will absolutely not work at all going forward. Now, that's scary because I know a lot of people don't enjoy marketing, unlike me, who really enjoys marketing. There are a lot of people who really don't enjoy it. They see it as a lot of work. They see it as something they'd rather not be doing. They'd rather be working in their business and doing things that they really do and enjoy doing rather than doing this thing called marketing, which a lot of people, I don't want to do any marketing. I got to write an ad. I've got to get on Facebook and place some ads. You got to do those kind of things if you want more business, right? And, the approach now is going to be different. Things are going to be changing. And there's a lot of conversation around what those changes are going to be. And I got to tell you something. I don't have all the answers. And I don't make any bones about that. It's very true. I don't have all the answers. But what I do is I listen to a lot of different sources. Now, I don't go out there and blast my opinion here, there, and everywhere until I've formed it. What that means is I listen to a lot of different sources. I listen to here, I listen to this guy, I listen to that guy, I listen to that news, I listen to that broadcast, I read that blog post, I listen to this podcast, and I get all these pieces. And what I do is I pick the pieces out of this one and this one and this one that to me are the most common sense, the things that make the most difference, right? So you might say, well, there are a lot of different theories out there. There really are. And I've listened to all of them. And, I've listened to the really, really way out there theories. I've listened to mainstream. I've listened to some alternative media. I've listened to what's happening in the healthcare industry. I've listened to all of that. And I've kind of formed my own opinion along the way of really what's going on. And for the most part, I get it right. Because I could see the reaction, I could see what's going on, I could see the next phase, and for the most part, I've been fairly well informed throughout this whole thing. Now, I don't expect that you're going to go do the same thing. I don't expect you're going to go out there and try to do all the research and listen to this media source and that media source and try to figure out what's really going on. I don't think any of us are really going to know. Probably not for years to come what really was going on, what's really happening here. So what I have been recommending to my clients, I've been recommending to you, and speaking about it in these videos as well, is manage what you can manage, right? So inside your box, what is it that you can manage? So my world is I can manage the work that I'm doing. I could get out there and do videos, which I do regularly. I can work with clients remotely. We work over Zoom. We work sometimes over phone calls, whatever is required to make those connections and keep the ball rolling, if you will. And I can't control a lot more than that. I wish I could control it and say, all the stores should be open. All the businesses should just open up and we should just get right back to it. I don't have that switch. I don't have access to that switch. And I don't really know that any one person does. I think it's sort of going to be trickling out. It's going to be coming up a little bit at a time. And I've been talking about this for a while now. I think this is really going to bleed into 2021. I don't think it's going to get resolved in 2020. I think it's going to be something we're still going to be feeling the effects of for a year, 2 years, even 3 years from now. It may not be in our recent memory, but I think we're going to be feeling the effects of it. And the question then becomes, okay, so what are you going to be doing, as you put your business back together and you get things back online, you turn on the computers again for the first time, or maybe you're just getting back into marketing. What are you going to do that's different? What are you going to do that is going to make a difference now that, your customers are different? They're behaving different. They may be looking at spending money differently than they did in the past. They may be spending more. They may be spending less. They may be spending nothing at all, right? So how do you encourage them? What do you need to do? What do you need to do to incite them or entice them to continue, to get back on track with their own lives, if you will? And that's a big question. And I want to answer that question, but I can't answer it in little segments of these videos that I've been doing. So I gave this some thought over the past couple of weeks. I've been thinking about this. I have a program called Hack Your Life, and normally I charge $997 a year for it, but I've decided to let the next 100 people come in for free. So all you need to do to be part of this program is go to hackyourlife.today. That's the website, hackyourlife.today. You cannot miss it. It's going to ask you for your name. It's going to ask you for your email address. Not going to ask you for a credit card. You're a member of the Hack Your Life community. Now, what is the big deal about this thing? Well, I am going to be doing regular live trainings, and we're going to be talking about these issues. What happened? How did society change? How did the market change? How did you change? How did your relationship change? How did your health change throughout all of this? Now, what can you do as we start to go forward? We're going to start to unravel it. And again, I'm going to tell you, I'm not the expert in all these areas, but I will be bringing in and interviewing experts who have better answers than I have. So you're not just going to get one opinion, you're going to get many opinions as we go forward. Now, this is different than a podcast. It's different than a lot of other things because you're going to get an opportunity to participate, ask questions, maybe even be brought up on camera if you want to do that, to ask your questions and be part of the quote unquote the show. Then inside the member areas where we're going to stream those, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take those after and they will be placed in there. So if you happen to not be able to make the live stream, no worries, you'll be able to watch the replay. And that's, like I said, that's going to be happening on a regular basis, one, maybe even twice a week. Right now it's planned for once a week, but we'll see, if it starts really rocking, we may end up doing twice a week. And the goal is very simple. It's going to be complicated to unravel everything. I don't have all the answers right now. Every week I'm getting more. Every day, literally, I'm getting more information, and I'm figuring out new strategies and new things that can work. I just got off the phone with a client of mine, and their sales have dipped scarily this week, and they're going, okay, what now? So tomorrow we're going to be on a call pretty much the entire day, and we're going to hash out a new marketing plan for them, something that's going to work to help them get out of this little dip that they're in right now. It's a little bit scary because money is not really plentiful for them because they've been a little bit hit by this pandemic, as a lot of companies had. And so what are we going to do? How are we going to get out of this? Well, mindset is a big part of it, but that's only one part of it, right? Then the next step is, okay, what are the actions we can take? What can we offer? What are the offers we can make? How often can we send them? Should we be using social? Should we be using email? So we're going to unravel all of that. And those are the kind of things in the Hack Your Life community that we're going to cover, but it's not going to be just marketing. Marketing is really important, but it is not everything, right? Marketing is that 20% that makes a huge difference, but there's another 80% there that we need to talk about as well. And we're going to spend time inside of these live trainings talking about that. Now, aside from live trainings, there's also already a whole bunch of videos in there that you can go and watch. Some of them are just little 2-minute marketing sessions or 2-minute motivational talks that I do. I do them on a regular basis, and I like to do them almost every day. So it's like 5 a week kind of thing. And I've been putting them in there. So there's a bunch of them in there already. There are a couple of longer trainings in there, one on the power of momentum. Really, really important to watch that, to learn about that. And all of that is available to you free. Just go to hackyourlife.today. Sign up, get yourself a free account, and you'll get immediate access to all of this stuff. Plus, you'll get invitations and notifications when we are going to go live and do the live trainings every week. So I just wanted to leave you with that today. It's confusing out there. You and I together, we can unravel this. We could figure out what the best strategies are going forward. You'll have a line to me. You'll be able to email me. You'll be able to post comments. You'll be able to interact. And hopefully we'll be able to help you get your questions answered and help you make the best of a very strange situation that I don't know about you, but I've never lived through anything like this in my life. And I don't think you have either. Just a rough guess there, but I don't think you have either. And now that we're sort of on the high side of it, and I've been saying this for about 3 weeks now, it really felt about 3 weeks ago that this was over, that we're beyond it. We've figured out what we need to figure out. We know what the numbers are. We know what they're not. We know how much hype there has been versus, not hype. And now we're ready to get back at it. And as things start to unroll, you're going to have questions. I get it. I have a lot of questions too. And we're going to bring in the experts. Like I said, we're going to get answers and be able to help you get your business back on track and help you become more successful. Let's make the most out of this 2020. We still got half a year to go. We can still salvage it. We can still make something great of it. And I want you to be a part of it. So go to hackyourlife.today. Go ahead and go there right now. Put in your email address, put in your first name, get an account, and then I will send you information on when our next live event is going to be. I look forward to having you part of the program. And thank you so much for watching today. We'll do this again real soon. Thanks, everyone.